So, hold on. I don't even I don't even think anybody can comprehend how happy I am right now. When it comes to Vampire the Masquerade or Vampire the Masquerade series, I forgot when I fell in love with the series, but I literally love vampires. I have always loved vampires, not Twilight vampires, but vampires. And when I say I love vampires, the Masquerade series always seems to do it right, in my opinion. Like, there is no other vampire series I think that could do better in terms of like world building, and types of like vampires. If you want your pretty in the face vampires, like witch vampires, half werewolf vampires, Nosferatu vampires, world-ending vampires, like they have it all. Like, I am so in love with this series and how just the way that they have their society set up, like, it's not even funny. You could say that I'm newer to the series. I know enough to know what things are. And when I say I do love vampires, like, I literally have an altar in my apartment dedicated to the Queen of Vampires. I'm gonna have to put a photo, maybe somewhere in the corner of the said altar, and then maybe edit it in or something like that. But other than that, I have this and a few more projects to get ready to do on this channel, because as of right now, we're slowing things down because everything's already so hyper with the Outlast series that we have happening, and I think it's good to have a variety of like action, slow down, and then maybe something in between. This is going to be more of like a talking series, so you'll have something to play in the background. This is not cozy, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I am so excited because I love Vampire. I would play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, but that game is so buggy and so unfinished and so difficult to play. I can't see myself playing it on this channel. Literally, like, I would have to install mods to play and finish that game. Ooh, these are the only clans I get to choose. Are you fucking kidding me? I could be Toreador. Ooh, Toreador. Sorry. The Divas seek out romance, cruelty. Ooh, I could be Ventru. But for those of you who don't know anything about the series, what's crazy is that the clan that I know that I'm a part of is called Tremere, and they're like vampire witches. I did the test online, which is available to do. But yeah, that's my clan, IRL. But Bruja are like, I don't know why anybody would choose to be a Bruja. No shade. But they're like, for some reason, vampires who choose to be freedom fighters or something like that. They rebel against like the hierarchy that is vampire society, aka Camarilla. Rebel against power, rage against authority, blah blah blah. Yeah, we're gonna make a difference. Blah 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 blah. We're probably gonna be Ventru because that's a bad bitch. Oh my god. Ventru, the people on top, the aristocratic blue bloods, embody wealth, sovereignty, control. A top-level corporate executive will join their ranks tonight. And the Toreador, these are your Edward Cullen, beautiful, everybody loves me, romantic vampires, if you will. The Divas seek thrills of art, romance, and cruelty amidst stagnant under... What does that say? Undeath. A tormented artist will join their ranks tonight. I don't know about you. I'm a Ventrue. I choose to be... Out of these three, I choose to be Ventrue. Tonight. How do you spell it? I don't have my glasses, so I hope you're ready for... hope you're ready for me to mess up. Ooh. Yeah, the words are big because I don't have my glasses. I might tone it down, though. New York taught me to believe in fate. Whoa, what the okay, so we might actually have to, like, make it smaller. And it is so hot in my apartment. I hate summer. I hate people who like summer. You guys are annoying. I hate you. Why do you want the world to be in the temperature of hell? Like, you're weird. Let's try this again. Had you asked me about fate back when I was human, I would have told you it's just superstitious bullshit. That we're all designers of our own destiny. That belief shattered when the richest woman... did I say woman? Oh god, this is going to be a long playthrough. The actual richest one. Not a face you could have seen in the papers. Of course. What the fuck? Why is it moving from me? That belief shattered when the richest woman in the United States, the actual richest one, not a face you could have seen in the papers, of course, sank her teeth into my neck. It happened in the very same place you're standing in right now, by the way. Fate. You decide. Please, there's absolutely no need to be hostile. Just listen a little longer. See, my mistake was that I flew too close to the sun. It makes sense that my punishment was to never see its glow again. I was... Stop moving, oh my god. I was incandescent myself. I was hot shit. I had it all. Money, looks, confidence, connections, men, women, a career, a spark in my eye. The only one you need to be born with. The one you need to be born. And that's when someone far more powerful than me saw my radiance and thought, that won't do. She robbed me of the light erupting from within and gave me a subtle, enduring gleam in its place. She decided... Huh? She decided that would fit me much better. That it would... Okay. Maybe if I make the word smaller, it'll stop doing that. I guess so. She was a 9th generation kindred just like you, an apex predator. She probably enjoyed teaching me the peak of human excellence, my real place in the food chain. And by the way, if we do have any Vampire Masquerade nerds in here, I apologize if I forget a few things, because I can already hear, you didn't know what you're talking about. Shut up. but I think ninth generation would. I don't think that means she's too powerful, right? Not that close to king? It's such an eyesore when you look at some loudmouth braggart and see them for all they really are. The temptation to teach them a lesson can be unbearable, right? Well, my sire's lesson was a lesson about fate, a message saying, you're eternally doomed to be at the mercy of your sovereigns. It almost drove me to destroy myself. What saved me was the ability to reinterpret her teachings. Hers wasn't a message of doom. It was a message of hope. Fate exists, and one can shape it if given the right tools. My sire didn't believe my tools were fitting the job. She considered them toys. And me, just her amusing subject. Well, she's deader than dead now, and I'm still here, standing right where she stood when we first met. You might have wondered how I learned about your arrival to JFK Airport. My answer is, of course, destiny. As luck would have it, today happened to be a day some of my associates were expecting coffins. Driving you here straight from the plane and having you wake up in such an unfamiliar place was a little desperate, and I do apologize for it. But it's so rare for you to visit New York 3 times in the last 15 years, was it? And you're never eager to inform me you're here. One moment. Cut here. I understand you still have that meeting on 53rd Street later tonight, so I'll provide a comfortable transport. I value our relationship very much. Don't get me wrong, but it's precisely because I value it that I'm going to ask you to repay the favor you owe me. You're the only one I trust to do the job well without attracting attention. You might think I'm crazy asking you to breach the rules of our society like this. You might think it's impossible to get away with it unpunished. But this is New York, and I don't know about other cities, but in this one, fate really exists. And right now, it's smiling in your favor. This is how it begins. Your phone rings. It's your boss. Again. The setting sun that filled your high-rise office an hour ago is gone. The city looks like an ocean of light from up here, spreading for miles to the north. You pick it up. You're about to what does that say? You are about to call it a day. Forget about the world of fintech and decompress at home. No dice. One of our investors wants to meet you. His voice, as always, the perfect mix of authority and sleaze. He'll come by your office in an hour. You look at the clock. An hour? You've got to be kidding. Yeah, I know. But stick around. He's a heavyweight. You'll want to make a good impression. Fine. You grit your teeth a little. The boss hangs up. 2 hours. You might as well pour another coffee into yourself and figure out how to best use this to your advantage. You suspect everyone knows that no, you're not actually happy with your current position. That in fact, you feel squished against the glass ceiling that comes with the territory. Sure, your idiot superiors might have gotten the job only because he's the CEO's golfing buddy, but you're going to put an unholy amount of work into your advancement. Times where you'd laugh off the idea of staying at the office until 9 p.m. You had a partner to go home to, the nightly Netflix, and chill ritual to perform, complete with pizza and Chinese takeout. Ever since you moved up the ladder though, your hours have only gotten longer. Food, mostly at the company's cafeteria, sometimes takeout, always in a rush. You praise the heavens for your crazy metabolism and dread the day it finally decides to give up. Rest? At this point, the cleaning lady who takes care of your apartment probably spends more time in your bedroom than you do. You flash back to your boss quoting Shakespeare to impress his new, extremely attractive, and uncomfortably young secretary, for some must watch while some must sleep. So runs the world away. Yo, I have broken. Drinks, mostly with colleagues, and they all pretty much hate you at this point. Another flashback, this time to all the profitable quarter in the company's history. Still, the board decides that layoffs were in order. Your boss didn't feel like letting people know in person, so he passed that privilege on to you. Gotta hand it to him. He always knew how to pick his battles. But maybe, just maybe, tonight is the night it's all going to change. You decide to play the good looks angle, nothing too slutty. You leave your blouse slightly unbuttoned. Check if your ass looks good as you remembered in your pencil skirt. Mirror says yes. It's not something you're proud of, but you've become too jaded to care. Knowing your luck, the investor is going to be two types. A self-absorbed musk wannabe in his 20s, or a fat old pervert drenched in cologne. You hear the elevator ding. It's time to get this show on the road. You take one final look in the mirror and fix your hair as the footsteps echo across the empty hallway. The man who approaches your office is not what you expected. He's slick, to be sure, but he seems a bit more refined than your usual company man. Expensive suit, matching tie, and shirt. Confidence in his stride. Surprisingly good looking. What the fuck is that? Good evening. I hope this unforeseen visit isn't too much of an inconvenience. God, that voice. You're taken aback by how smooth and how strong it is. His eyes, steel blue, cold, intense. He's all business, professional, treats you in a manner that's actually appropriate to your stature. When he speaks, he actually looks you in the eye and not your cleavage. He asks you some questions about your work, tells you how he noticed your input after talking to the CEO. Another golfing buddy? He comes in charmingly close to calling your boss an incompetent doofus. All the while, you try to guess his accent but can't quite place it. European, sure, but where from? I know I've kept you long enough, but would you indulge me and join me for a drink? Of course, for a minute there, it seemed like he wasn't that kind of guy. Well, what the hell? You go with it. He seems nice enough. Besides, it's not like you have other plans. The investor has a limo waiting downstairs. Ooh! A limo waiting downstairs, and the driver takes you to a high-end restaurant in Williamsburg. A seat is waiting for you in the deluxe lounge. It's just the two of you. You talk about this and that. Your companion seems to have a knack for history. So if he's European, should I put on a European accent and risk getting canceled? Hold on. So tell me. No. Hold on. I'm gonna try my best. So tell me, what would you do if you had a no, I'm done. So tell me, what would you do if you had full control of the company? You almost choke on your wine. This is your chance. You say what's been on your mind for months, but you hide it behind a veneer of professional corpo babble. Refocusing. Listening to your instincts for once. Restructuring. Kicking out your boss. Aggressively pursuing new markets. Getting the hell away from all these horrible people. He likes the sound of that. He leans forward. His eyes flash with intensity. And something else. A strange emotion that wasn't there before. What the fuck? Did he use domination on me? You'll do just fine. His words echo inside your head as you black out. You wake up. God knows how much later. As you try to piece together what happened, you hear a familiar voice. The investor, or whoever the hell he is talking to someone. You suddenly recall snippets, fragmented memories. His sapphire eyes intently locked with yours, his teeth suddenly longer and sharper. And something else. A feeling on your neck that takes you back to your last orgasm. A company trip to Florida, a sweaty room, the cutie from HR who doesn't work there anymore, and then darkness. Oh, he embraced me. Great. Yes, I'm done here. Consider my debt paid. The investor pushes the other figure aside and walks away from the lounge, barely bothering to look at you. The door locks behind him. Some time passes before you find the strength to get up from the couch. You touch your lips. Blood. Did that asshole hit you? You try to stand up, but your head is pounding and your stomach is like a heavy knot pulling you down. You didn't have that much to drink. You must have spiked your wine. This is bad. You frantically check your clothes. Pristine. Doesn't make any sense. All of a sudden, a feeling hits you unlike anything else you've ever felt before. You fall to the floor, writhing in an all-encompassing pain and hunger. The kind that makes your insides burn, that cannot be denied. You try to calm yourself down with a breathing exercise they taught you at some bullshit mindfulness course. That's when it hit you. You're not breathing, and holy shit, your heart should be jumping out of your chest with that realization, but it's not moving, not even a beat. The door unlocks. You hear a startled voice. A young man in a waiter's outfit, his accent thick with Eastern European harshness, leans over it and asks you if you're alright. For a brief moment, you wonder what the hell he's doing here. Everything is wrong. Then his smell reaches your nostrils. It's intoxicating. Everything feels right again. He holds out his arm to help you stand. You grab it firmly with both hands, and then you bite down. You sink your teeth right next to the old school pinup tattoo of Rita Hayworth on his forearm. It takes you a moment to process what you're doing. A part of you wants to break away, but a stronger voice implores you to keep drinking. One thing becomes clear: you're definitely enjoying this. He only struggles a little. It quickly falls to his knees. You can see his eyes now, pale blue and confused. You only bring yourself to let him go once he collapses to the floor. Woo! Your bite leaves a mess on his forearm. Poor Rita, all bloody, missing half of her face. Did you drink this guy's blood? You spit out a piece of torn flesh. That's why? Where? That was in the fucking wine? Barely able to focus, your heart and your lungs still motionless, you reach out for your phone and dial 911. 911 operator, what's your emergency? Hold on, I got something in my eye. Hold on. I think I just killed somebody. Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. Where are you right now? The door to the lounge swings open. The man who enters is not the one that brought you here, though there are similarities. Oh, God. He's tall for one, broad shoulders, handsome, dressed in an immaculate suit, but his skin is darker. The look on his face tells you he's not here to negotiate a deal. He notices the smartphone in your hand. Lord have mercy. Hold on. What do you think his voice sounds like? Pass me the phone if you want to live. The man's voice is persuasive, but carrying a clear threat. He's got the aura of a viciously efficient corporate shark. You find it hard to argue with him. Ma'am? Hello? I apologize for wasting your time. My colleague got drunk and now is trying to oppress everyone with her antics. Good night. He disconnects the call and places the phone in his pocket. For whatever reason, you can barely take your eyes off the stranger. As hypnotizing as his presence is, though, it is also highly discomforting. Good evening, miss. I'm here to pick you up. Who are you? I'm your guide through this perilous night. A stranger approaches the waiter and examines his body. Critical condition, he might live. Anyway. Then he sets his sights on you. I know this is all new to you, but I've dealt with hundreds of strays like you. And going by experience, they tend to fall into two categories. First, they're the smart ones who carefully obey my every word and don't try to pull off anything stupid. I always get them where they need to be, safe and sound. Then there are the dumb ones. The punks who thought they could take me on. The wise guys who tried to contact somebody secretly and without permission. The troublemakers who try to run off or make a scene. None of them got to their final destination in one piece. In fact, most of them never reached their destination at all. His voice becomes slightly bored and monotone. You can tell he's given this speech before, likely a dozen times. He looks like he needs to be in WWE or something. So you see, while I generally consider myself pretty smart, I'm also a Mets fan. It's one of my true weaknesses. One that's inspired me to come up with a three-strike system when dealing with pups like you. If you get on my nerves once or twice, well, I understand. Not all of us perform well in stressful situations. But cross me 3 times, and you're out. No excuses, no forgiveness, no mercy. As he's talking, he slowly approaches you, adding a bit of theatrical swagger to his walk. Eventually, he leans in, deliberately invading your personal space. You realize it's a test. He's daring you to do something about it. 3 strikes and you're out. Say, I understand, sir, now. Every atom of your being screams for you to obey his authority. I don't wanna... Whatever. I understand, sir. Stick to that tone and you'll do just fine. Moving on, is there anyone you want to inform of your current situation? To tell them you're alright? He flashes his fangs briefly for some reason. The sight sends a chill down your spine. There's something very wrong about him. Someone closest to you? My boss, I suppose? The stranger squints at you. Forgive me, but I am to assume your relationship is more than professional? You immediately give him a piercing glare. No, God, no. Me and that pig, don't be ridiculous. You said he was the closest person to you. You asked me if I have anyone I'd like to tell that I'm alright. The answer is yes, people at my office. I don't want to lose my job, so I prefer to let them know I don't want to go off on a bender. No family, no lover, no friends. Your blank stare tells him the whole story. He immediately stops prying and gives you something worse than a look of pity. A look of honest compassion. Well, that makes things simpler. But let me be crystal clear in case. From this point on, you're subject to different laws than the ones you grew up under. and you'll be watched by many eyes to ensure these laws are respected. You are forbidden from letting anyone know that you're still alive. You are forbidden from showing your face anywhere they'll know you. If anyone comes looking for you, it's over for both of you and them. That practiced tone again. If you put on a poker face and listen in silence. So unless you want your boss to end up at the bottom of the Hudson, I suggest you cooperate. Don't tempt me. His smile revealing his fangs again. There's something absolutely sickening about it. Suddenly you feel overwhelmed by a sense of exhaustion. You pass out. When you regain your senses, you find yourself in the stranger's arms. The man is holding you as you would a spouse who's had a little too much to drink. You try to break free, but he holds you close and gives you a cautioning look. Only when you cease your struggling does he let you go. Only now do you notice the change in the scenery. You find yourself in a fancy lobby right next to the elevator. The place is virtually empty, save for a single, what does that say? Concierge? And some cleaning staff. Your companion gestures at the as you pass, and he picks up the phone. The elevator arrives and the door opens, and the man motions towards the cabin. After you. Well, oh god, he looks like he's strong enough to rip my head off. Where are we going? To a safe place is all you need to know. Trust me, you don't want to make this difficult. Just kidding. Going against your instincts. You enter the cabin. Smooth jazz is playing over the speakers as the elevator starts its descent. You are dazed, panicky, but somehow locked in place. On one hand, you find the stranger's presence oddly soothing. On the other, you can feel your body tensing up with stress. You can't help but think back to the young waiter. The doe-eyed look on his face. The confused look he gave you just before. No, it's better not to think about it. Plus, you have other things to worry about, like the fact that you're being kidnapped. The cabin door opens to the same garage you arrived at with the investors some hours ago. What the fuck was that? Hello? Am I tweaking? Okay, so I'm not. I was like, what is that? The man shows you a black Cadillac Escalade. I know you're thinking, getting into the car with some strange man. Boy, sure seems like a dumb idea. Maybe I could make a run for it. I might be able to lose him. So let me be perfectly clear. Your best bet is to get in, relax, and enjoy the ride. What do you want from me? To meet your new superiors. You'll see. You'll see. It's so hot in my apartment. Oh my god. superiors. Is this what a hostile takeover looks like nowadays? No more questions. Get in the car, please. It seems like the worst idea ever, but the man's made it very clear that you have no choice in the matter. Can I at least know your name? You'll know it when the time is right. He takes a glance at the expensive-looking watch. Listen, you really need to quit stalling. We're on a bit of a schedule here. The sun comes up in about 2 hours, and I don't intend to be here when it does. What does it matter when the sun comes up? You really don't know, do you? Good thing I got here when I did. He opens the car door and gestures towards it. You see no point in delaying the inevitable, so you get in. Ooh. The door locks behind you. The Cadillac is entirely dark. The side windows seem light-proof. The man gets into the driver's seat and starts the engine and drives away without another word. How am I alive? My heart, it's not beating. Aren't you big business? What do you need a heart for anyway? Listen, I realize you have many questions. Tomorrow you will get some answers. But tonight, you need to do what I say, and right now, I need some quiet, please. You feel too confused to protest. You stay silent for the rest of the ride, even as more questions bubble up to the surface. One of them being, did you actually kill someone tonight? Staring out of the window, you find it hard to focus and quickly lose track of where you're headed. You can only tell that you haven't left Manhattan. Another underground parking. Almost featureless. Empty. The car stops and the man opens the door for you. We're here. A stranger walks you to a nearby door. He opens it and motions at you to get in. Go on in, make yourself comfortable. If you get hungry again, take a look in the fridge and I'll pick you up tomorrow. You'll get answers. Behind the door is a small room. No windows, just a simple bed and a single light bulb hanging from the ceiling. A small fridge is humming away in the corner, accompanied by a rattling AC fan in the wall. That's it? You're just leaving me here? That's it for now, at least. Look, this room is your best chance at seeing another night. I realize you've been put in a problematic situation, and it's not entirely your fault. Corporate and you might make it. Cooperate and you might make it. You will learn more tomorrow, but for the time being, get in and get cozy. He gestures inside of the room. You step inside. The stranger nods. Good night. He locks the door behind you. It looks very sturdy. You open the fridge. There's a single plastic bag filled with a red liquid, no label. Tomato soup? You feel sick to your stomach. Best to leave it for now. You lie down on the bed. It's a simple mattress on a metal frame. At least it's not too filthy. You think back to how this evening began. This investor. Is he friends with the dark-skinned stranger who picked you up from the restaurant? What is this? Oops. Okay. What happens now? Unable to relax, you spend an hour or so playing out various scenarios in your head. Eventually, you decide to give in and let exhaustion take over. Whatever tomorrow brings, you'd rather face it well rested. Plus, there's no way in hell your boss isn't going to notice your absence tomorrow. That, and maybe some of the restaurant staff, will feel a pang of consensus. Someone will notify the police. Someone will find you, right? You flash back to the waiter's tattoo. The Bloody Rita Hayworth winking at you over a pale mess of a wound. You did this. You bit him. You drank his blood and it tasted good. What if you can never go home again? You're so tired. Your entire body tenses up one last time. And before you know it, you drift away into oblivion. You wake up. That in itself is a surprise. You barely remember when you drifted off, and it didn't feel quite like sleep, more like plummeting into an endless void. You imagine that's how death feels like. The room is unchanged. The lamp is still on. The AC is still rattling. The refrigerator is still humming. You take a look at your watch. It's almost 9 p.m. You slept for 17 hours straight. Maybe you died. Your breath is gone. You feel thumping in your chest. Does that qualify as dead if you're still conscious? You're not sure about that bite, but you're certain about one thing. You are hungry. It's not your stomach rumbling, though. It's a need that starts somewhere in your abdomen and spreads to your chest, throat, and back of your head. You open the fridge. The bag is still there. You take a closer look at it. If it's soup, then its color and texture are off. You pull the cork out, take a whiff. You recognize the smell immediately. Holy shit. There's no mistaking it. It's bagged blood. The smell is faint. You remember some situations in the past where you found it nauseating. And now it's almost... No, not almost. It is enticing. It feels wrong, but right now there's barely anything in your life that does. To hell with it. You pour a bit of the liquid into your mouth. It tastes like shit. It's coppery, thick, and clings to your tongue. The inside of your mouth like a film of dirt. You swallow hard regardless. The taste is foul, but somehow you want more of it. As you take a second sip, sucking the blood out of the bag, you feel something pulling on your insides. You double over. You're going to barf. You instinctively cover your mouth, looking for a place to vomit before you find it. Hold on. A dark red wave washes over your hand and fingers. It hits the floor, splattering in a huge thick drops. You keep heaving for a moment longer. Nothing is coming out. Not blood, not bile, not even spit. But still, something in your body wants to push it out. Push all of it out, every last drop. As you recover, trying to wipe out droplets of regulated blood. Regurgitated blood from your dress. You hear the lock click and see the door open. Standing there is a well-dressed stranger. The stranger you met yesterday. Immaculate suit again, the predatory look like a hawk on a hunt, but somehow more relaxed tonight. So, like a tamed hawk, maybe. Good evening. How is...